Hi and welcome. Now we're drawing into the end of 2025. Wow, what a year it has been. Don't know about you, but I've been going through a lot of changes. So, the world is a bit in flux. And I thought today I'd talk about keeping positive in the brain, and what we can do to exercise that positivity. So buckle up. I hope you enjoy this one. Now, for those that haven't tuned in before, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist based in Wellington, New Zealand. So thank you for those that have tuned in. And, this is a bit of a journey of me sharing a bit about what I do as a hypnotherapist, how I work with people, how I work with positive mindset. And I thought that would be a good one to end the year on that note, to kind of think, okay, how can we shiny up this? How can we start to exercise that muscle of intention and get into 2026 in a really positive vibe? Many people who are coming in at the moment are burnt out, like literally kind of done. And that is a really typical thing. People rush, 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 rush. And in New Zealand, of course, we do have the summer holiday, so we break. I know that overseas, it's not always the way. You have the summer break at a different time of year. We're in our summer. You wouldn't believe it at the moment because the rain and the wind and other things are happening at the moment, but hopefully it'll settle down. We'll have a good January, February coming in. In the meantime, though, that rest and recuperation. If we're feeling flat or burnt out, often it's really tricky to build that muscle of positivity and really think about, the quality of thoughts. Thoughts really do affect how we feel emotionally. And if we are wallowing in what we feel disappointed about, or feeling frustrated or angry about something, that eats away. It eats away at our calmness. It eats away at our buoyancy levels. So if you're feeling a little flat, feeling like you need to reset your mind, then, have a think about what you do every day that can exercise up here. Being consciously aware of the internal chatter. Notice when you start to get a bit negative inside. Just because no one else can hear you doesn't mean that you continue. In fact, it's a very good exercise to imagine as if everyone can hear your thoughts. What would you address? What would you change? What would you start to clean up on the inside? Start to act as if everyone can hear your thoughts. This is a good way of coming into the quality of thought. If you're saying to yourself, I don't want to get anxious, I hope I don't get anxious when, because in the past I used to get anxious, you're setting yourself up for more and more anxiety. If, however, we frame it in the way of what you want rather than what you don't want, so I'm going to be calm, I'm going to be relaxed, it's going to be amazing, I've gone and grown a lot from the past, and I'm coming into this with fresh eyes. This is going to prime you more and more into success rather than distress. Okay, so being aware, what is the internal dialogue saying about my belief about what's coming ahead? Am I building myself up for success, or am I accidentally sabotaging by building on a negative worry mindset? Words matter. Words matter. Words have energy on our central nervous system. Your whole cellular self is listening to the conversation you're having. So if you're sitting there steaming on about something, like getting really angry and annoyed, and you're dialing up your boss, or you're dialing up that colleague, or you're dialing up your spouse, or whatever it is, or you're getting angry with your children on the inside, they don't even know. But here you are, kind of boiling about something. It doesn't serve you. Energetically, it just kind of gets you deeper and deeper into that frustration, that distress. So if we step out of that mood for a moment and go, okay, I can either sit here getting buried in my frustration and going over that, or I can hop out and think about it from another view. What could this moment be teaching me that might make me stronger, wiser, clearer, calmer moving forward? What do I want to let go of that doesn't serve me anymore? These are really valid questions that I like to ask my clients when they're coming in. I invite you to think about that. So if you're annoyed about something or something didn't go well, what did you learn? What is the positive take from that moment that's going to help you grow stronger, wiser, clearer, calmer? So when we head into 2026, you're really exercising that positive muscle of intention. You're thinking about scheming positive things in. You're dress rehearsing success in your mind, cleaning it up. So you're imagining powerful, positive outcomes. If you're going to bother imagining something, let's make it nice and shiny. Let's make it positive. So our imagination is hypnotic. Every time we go daydreaming about what we want, we're reinforcing that message to ourselves. Believe me, we are. We're reinforcing it. So when you're kind of looking at that idea of getting into a successful mindset, a winner's mindset, we've got to exercise the right language. Think of yourself as an editor, and you've written a script, and you want to seek out all the negative words and extract them from the script, and only leave positive words, positive descriptions of how you want things to go. That's what we're aiming for. So we're not presenting the mind with mixed messages anymore. We're not starting from a negative all the time. We are starting now from a positive. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to look forward to 2026. Wonderful things will come my way. I'm going to meet new people. Treasure is just there waiting to be discovered. If we frame it like that, we're more likely to line ourselves up for that success. We are sending unconscious messages out into the world, and we're also receiving stuff. So we're teaching people how to treat us based upon the energy we turn up with. So it's not always verbal that we're communicating with. It's the energy that we're feeling. If we feel lucky, luck somehow is attracted towards us. If we're feeling unlucky, well, yeah, the opposite happens. So when we're looking at inviting positive, amazing things in our future, this is a really important part of alchemy, mind alchemy. And that's, I think, what hypnotherapy is really good at, is it's sort of sending messages to that deepest part of us, the subconscious that's running all the programs. If you want to learn more about this sort of stuff, we are going to be running into the new year in February. The hypnotherapy school that I'm teaching for, and it is my school. We're doing a diploma course. We're starting with Erickson hypnosis, so it should be exciting to start on there, using metaphor and really thinking about the power of language, how we place that person into the understanding that they have inner resources and how to utilize them. Utilization is a big part of the hypnotherapy toolkit. So if you want to know more about that, check out the website nzach.ac.nz and get in touch. I'd love to have you on board and be your guide. If you have any questions about today's topic, please drop me a line. I'm always open to talking to people. And we're going to be going into, I guess, the new year in our next episode. Whoa. Okay, so buckle up for that one. Anyway, I'll see you again in 1 week from now. Take care out there. Hope you have a good holiday season for those that are on holiday. And ka kite.